So we have the cloud in our company. We have a number of engineering teams who use it. We bring our tools in place, onboard a number of projects and start to run and improve our CI/CD routines. But how good are we actually? And do we improve over time? Today we're looking for answers to these questions using cold, hard facts. Four KPIs give us a good understanding of how our DevOps organization performs. We take them from the book Accelerate by Forsgren et al. And you can also find them on Google's research pages. More about that later. Those four KPIs give a pretty good assessment of our software productivity as an organization. They help us model the trade-offs between speed and reliability of the process. Let's have a look. Lead time. For those of you with a logistics background, this one is a familiar metric. How long does it take from the order to the delivery of an item? It is the time from the customer wants something until they have it in their hands. What does this mean when applied to software delivery? Well, in our context, it means measuring the time from an engineer's code commit until the functionality is available in production, assuming that the customer actually wants what the engineer implements. The lead time includes all internal processes like opening and reviewing pull requests, running tests, deploying to dev, review cycles, and so on, until the end user is able to use the functionality. A lower lead time means we have faster feedback or shorter learning cycles. We have lower upfront investments until we see benefits of the solution. And this reduces risks, and we can provide quicker fixes and improvements. The range of this KPI is in levels from less than 1 hour to more than 6 months. More than 6 months is like the old days when software has been shipped on CDs. Deployment frequency. The next one is deployment frequency. It's the inverse of batch size, a reference to lean production. Lowering batch sizes accelerates feedback and reduces the risk related to those batches. If you focus on implementing one topic at a time and then ship it, test it, and run it, it is more likely that you can keep it in your head, that you don't forget anything related, and if things fail, it's much easier to pinpoint the potential sources of error faster. So, how often do you deploy to production or release your app? The scale ranges from on demand, which means continuous deployment, to fewer than once every 6 months. The two KPIs so far focus on the speed of delivering functionality into production. But if you just rush to deliver stuff as much as possible, what about the quality? Teams should not compromise on the stability of what they produce. Getting faster is great, but only if we ensure that it does not lead to a crappy reliability of the resulting system. Therefore, the next two KPIs focus on system stability. They pose conditions on the acceleration of the software delivery process and take care that we observe system reliability as well. Mean time to restore, MTTR. This is an interesting one. You may know traditional metrics about reliability, for example, mean time between failures. But in the cloud world, this is hard to measure in a meaningful way. Cloud applications are often distributed applications with many parallel instances per service. Sometimes requests fail as networks are unreliable or instances getting rebooted. But that's normal. Truly cloud-native applications are designed to deal with these circumstances. By the way, Google uses availability targets like 99% in a very progressive way. If they say 99% is the target availability, they see it as a risk budget of 1%, which means that it's okay to have the application unavailable 1% of the time. This allows engineers to take a more risky approach to get innovations out there. Instead of going the extra safe but slow path, they prioritize speed. So if a service or application becomes unavailable, the question is, how fast can I bring it back? That's why the mean time to restore, or MTTR, is an indicator better suited for cloud-native environments. It accepts that services fail, but requires reliable restore procedures. The range is from 1 hour to more than 6 months. Change fail percentage. The final KPI checks how often we fuck up when doing changes. When we deliver a change that makes the system unavailable or degrade its performance or reliability, we have a failed change. It's easy to see why it needs to be a percentage. if we do 100 deployments a week and 2 changes fail, it's way better than if we had only 2 deployments a week. The scale for this KPI is clustered in groups of 0 to 15%, 16 to 30%, 31 to 45%, and so on. Now we come to an exciting observation. Intuitively, you would think that the first 2 KPIs, which is lead time, deployment frequency, which account for speed, and the latter 2, mean time to restore and change fail percentage, which account for quality, are antagonists. You would think that increasing the first 2 would negatively impact the latter 2. But what the research shows is both surprising and exciting. Companies who do well on lead time and deployment frequency are also very good in restoring failed systems and delivering successful deploys. To be able to yield a high frequency, you need to be able to keep your system stable. For example, improve the quality of your testing and your abilities to restore systems quickly. Otherwise, pushing problematic deploys onto your production systems in high frequency and not being able to keep them available would result in a total collapse of your services very soon. So we understand how following these KPIs results in an overall high-performance software delivery organization. Hooray! We solved it! Right? Well, it's a start to be able to measure if we're improving in our organization or not. This is the good part. But how we improve our individual delivery process and solve all the operational challenges is of course another complex set of questions. That is the challenge. We'll keep on exploring effective actions on how to improve this. Subscribe to our channel to be part of it. Now, wouldn't you like to know how well your organization performs? Google provides a tool that makes it very easy to find out. The link is in the description. You just enter your values for the 4 KPIs and you get the results. I tried it with our current state of the organization and this came out.
Nice.
It's not bad, but still room for improvement. What about your score? Are you better than us?
I doubt it.
Let us know in the comments. Delivering software fast is crucial for every business and society as a whole to master the challenges of the digital transformation. A friend of mine once said, "Everything I started to measure became successful eventually." We cannot steer successfully with a blind windshield. Therefore, being aware of the KPIs, like those we introduced, and start to monitor them continuously is the first step to improve the software performance of our organization. Enjoy the challenge and let's become cloud native. We support your journey.